Hey, how's it going? Welcome to day 7 of 21 Days of Presence. I'm Adrienne Elise. Well, today it feels like there's some energy of flow for the first time in a long time since these planets have all been trying to turn direct. And it's almost like we've been trying to get ready for a trip and like keep having to go back and get something else. That's kind of the feeling. And like, are we ever going to be able to move on down the road? So with Saturn now direct, all of our action planets are direct. And so we're kind of starting to feel some energy come back. Also, now that the sun is coming into this opposition with Neptune, we're starting to feel some flow, and it's really, really nice. And but at the same time, we're looking at Neptune represents our connection to the cosmos, to the greater spiritual sense of whatever's out there, but also the delusions about and beliefs that around who we are as cosmic beings on Earth. And that's kind of partly what got us into so much trouble in the Piscean age, was that we kind of bought into false beliefs around religious beliefs, and then that led to all kinds of persecution and dark times. And so it's really interesting that we're having this moon opposite Neptune, opposite Neptune, and then the moon will come into that too, just as it comes into this new moon on Sunday. The sun and the moon over this weekend are both going to be coming into that opposition with Neptune. And we're looking at Neptune. So when Neptune is opposite the sun, it's asking us, it's highlighting our spiritual connection and this desire for a spiritual connection, but also the delusions that we have about who we are. And this is really interesting timing, because this whole summer seems to be about, or this whole last season seems to be about breaking down the ego constructs of who we thought we were. And so there's been a lot of pain for people as this breakdown is happening. It's a good thing, but while it's happening, it can be really, really scary and really, really intense and really painful. And so now we're having this sun opposite Neptune as we come into this at this new moon, and it's asking us, who really are we? In the collective. So Pisces rules the collective consciousness, and, Neptune is at home in Pisces. And so it's like, who are we in our collective consciousness? And also opposite the sun, who are we in our individual consciousness? And what's really true and what's not true about who we are, humanity, our identity. So we're really being faced with an opportunity to come out of delusion. And the biggest delusion that affects us is that we're separate from source. And this is kind of something we agreed to, bought into. We're going to come to this planet, to this evolution, and we're going to go through this process of forgetting who we really are so that we can remember who we really are. And that's a lot of the energy right now. It's kind of like this reach up and above and beyond all the stories and just connect in and remember who you are. So there is some flow energy trying to happen as with this sun and moon opposite Neptune, bringing us into the flow of life, giving us an opportunity to heal and drop all of these delusions about who we thought we were and kind of come into a surrender, because we need to be able to, a part of allowing the blessings, allowing your path, allowing your timeline to land, a big part of it is letting go of what you thought you were going to be doing, or what you thought it looked like, or who you thought you were. And we've been all living in, especially just living in this time that we live in, we've had to buy into a whole bunch of constructs about who we are. And unfortunately, none of that really has to do with who we are as spiritual beings, and this is the thing for the light worker soul coming in, and very often having family members that cannot just recognize or validate them on a soul spiritual level. And for the indigo soul or the crystal soul or the star seed, that's they're so sensitive and so aware spiritually, and it's like it can be kind of like an internal rift in the being but at the same time we chose it, right? We chose it because we want to forge our way back to source in our own right, in our own autonomy, in our own free will. We want to take ourselves back to this connection to source, connection to our higher self, connection to what really matters. And so this is what's really coming up right now. And so there's this beautiful opportunity for surrender into this connection. And kind of like, even if you don't even really feel it, just, you know, it somewhere inside that we're really not alone and we are part of something greater. And that means, you know, you've got your soul group that you're a part of, and also just collectively, you know, we're part of this consciousness that's so beautiful, and just this expression of joy and love as the truth of spiritual experience. Like when you're really living your true spiritual path, when we remember that we're a part of something greater and that we were never separated, it brings a joy and a peace into your life. So this is what's available for us right now with this sun opposite Neptune, is to evaluate these belief systems and delusions about who we are and release them and kind of surrender up to that greater path, that greater purpose, and know that it probably doesn't look exactly like what you thought, because that part of you, what you thought, was the invalidated spiritual self, you know. And so when you come into a family or you come into an environment in this world where this part of yourself that you've worked on for many evolutions is not validated, it has to be compartmentalized and kind of put to the side. And so for this energy of Neptune opposing the sun and the moon for this new moon is an opportunity to claim that back. That's really what's happening right now, is this opportunity to claim back the parts of ourselves that have been separated out or disenfranchised or compartmentalized away because this world can't validate or appreciate it. And it's like, you know what? If we're going to wait around for this world or the people around us or the outside experience to validate who we are, it's never going to happen, right? Like that is up to us and our spiritual free will. So it's a great time to drop these delusions and surrender into this greater path and be ready for these miracles that want to come into your life, and be ready for that timeline adjustment, and be ready for these opportunities that are going to be maybe not what you thought, and just let that fall away. And because you've got to let go of the old before the new energies can come in. And so the energy right now is bringing us some flow. It's bringing us some surrender. It's kind of like, okay, once things are moving again, you know, we can kind of get into the current, get into the flow, let things happen, and just let go of all of the things we're holding on to that aren't really the true parts of who we are, but it's all we know. So we're kind of like holding on to it. And so let's just go ahead and tap into this flow energy and take advantage of the energies of today and this beginning to move. This time is so strange right now, and it's weird, and it's scary for some people, but it's also beautiful because there's this strange thing going on with time, and I think that it's like we've all had our individual ascension process going on, but now the collective consciousness, it's like there's enough of us on the path now, the collective consciousness and the changes in the energy field and the astrology, where we are in the galactic process, and so as we move through the galaxies, we are, the vibration is changing, and so is starting to affect those who have no idea about what's going on. And so we are having some time anomalies right now, and that's a really great, it means that we're shifting consciousness, but it also feels really kind of freaky and almost like you need to hold on. And so that's part of the reason for these 21 days of presence, is just to kind of ground out and hold tight, be present, be grounded, be in the moment for the shift that's happening right now. And that when time's weird like this, it's like you grab onto that moment, that 5 minutes of meditation or whatever, and it's like that's what's real, and then all of a sudden the day goes by and you're like, wait, what happened? Where where did this go? Like how, and then, or maybe time goes really slow at times. And it's just kind of like, those are good signs that we're like shifting consciousness, you're allowing a shift of consciousness to happen, but it can feel really, really strange. And especially when the people around you don't seem to notice the strangeness, but that's why we're here. We're here together for this, to make the most of this time and to be ready for the new energies coming in. And so this Neptune activation is allowing us to come back into that connection to source, drop the delusions we've been told for thousands of years about who we are as dirty little worthless humans, and come back into that true spiritual light. So let's go ahead and just tap into these energies. So just go ahead and arrive here and just take a few deep breaths, paying attention to the base of your spine. And just putting down this root system, and recognize those subconscious fear energies that interfere with your communication with the present moment. And when things are strange like this, they get activated. It's kind of like something's going on, but we don't know what it is. And our basic reaction as human beings is to kind of lift up out of our body and be ready for fight or flight mode. But that's actually the opposite reaction of what we need right now. So just go, just imagine going around or through, or just transmuting those fear energies and into that communication with Mother Earth. Great. And you're just sinking in and just feeling yourself arrive on Mother Earth like you never have before. Almost like you're just sitting in this beautiful nest, and Mother Earth's coming up and around you, recognizing you, giving you that spiritual validation that we talked about, that was so elusive in this world. And Mother Earth has so much gratitude that you're here on this journey with her, every single one of you. And it's just a beautiful energy. So just go ahead and enjoy that. And it's like a homecoming. And that's really what's happening. It's like we've been waiting around, perhaps, maybe parts of ourselves in pieces, and maybe in stasis, and, in who knows, those other dimensional frequencies, waiting in the wings for the energies on the planet to be more able to host our light. And that's what's happening. And so just go ahead and sink in and feel that beautiful gratitude, appreciation, and love. Mother Earth, the goddess Gaia, she's our divine feminine. She's our big mother. And she's so happy that we're here on the journey with her. And so just enjoy that. Taking a few deep breaths. And just imagine that your breath is, you're coming into communication, in your electromagnetic field with the electromagnetic field of the Earth. And so it's like you're giving the Earth a big hug, and your heart is coming into heart frequency resonance. And just your breath, imagine your breath, you're breathing with Mother Earth, expanding and contracting, and just feel the harmony. We get caught up in our little weather system and our little cosmic dance, and we forget how much harmony there is for all of this, our whole planetary system to just move along the way it does, and the sun to come up every day. It's like there is a massive force. This is kind of what we talked about yesterday, the life force. But so we have our own life force in our body, and then there's this cosmic life force that's like holding the planets in their orbit, and they're beautiful, this energy that creates all of this harmony. The further you go up outside of our narrow existence, the more harmony there is. So just tap into this, just this harmony of the spheres, of this big spiritual energy that's holding all of us, and we're all okay. No matter what is going on in our life right now, we're going to take 5 minutes to just be okay, and just allow yourself to sink deeper and deeper into the earth. Looks like there's some kind of interference energies in the root chakra, kind of wanting to interfere with your grounding. And just imagine you have a magic sword that can kind of cut away all cords. These are cords to ancestral contracts and belief systems and past life things that are telling you that it's not safe to be okay on planet Earth. And actually, here we are doing it. So go ahead and just imagine you can cut all that away and go ahead and put down a brand new root system into the earth, sinking in, taking a few deep breaths, breathing with Mother Earth. Buster, my assistant, wants to be a part of the meditation today. Okay. Just feeling yourself arrive. There's an energy of harmony above all of the chaos that is available for us when we allow ourselves to tap into it. And just breathing together. Imagine your soul group together, all hugging the earth, holding hands and breathing together. Validating the harmony of the bigger picture of what it is we're doing here and why we're going through all of this. And just come together and rest and breathe. And inviting in your highest guidance, your higher self, through your crown chakra, above your head. And just feel that you have this communication with above and below as you breathe in to your heart, breathing in earth energy and cosmic energy into your heart, swirling around, paying attention to the vortex of your heart, your awakening activation of your fifth dimensional heart chakra, and your toroidal field, your energy field, in communication and heart frequency resonance with the earth's toroidal field. And just enjoy, relax and release. Reminding every cell of your body that you're okay. You're right where you need to be, the right place at the right time, which is now. And just feel yourself floating along as if you're just weightless out in the cosmos, a child of the cosmos. Just allowing the harmonic energies of the cosmos to carry you through life. And you're floating through the cosmos, deep, deep peace. And imagine looking down on the earth and all of the crazy stuff that's going on, and maybe send your love to the earth and the people that may be struggling, that somehow they can look up and see that they're not alone and feel the divine flow coming back into their life. Because from your perspective, you know it's all okay. And just breathing with Mother Earth, your soul team, and the cosmos. Feel how welcome you are on earth as who you are in a way you have not maybe been able to feel throughout your lifetimes. Just in that gratitude and communion with the bigger picture. And feel yourself pulling the parts of yourself back home to be right here in present time on the planet. Welcome and held and in gratitude with Mother Earth. And go ahead and just enjoy this peace, this presence, this now, that everything's okay. And be here as long as you would like. And remember that you're creating a field that it's easy to come back to. This floating in the cosmos where everything's okay. You can visit this throughout your day as needed. Just staying here as long as you would like, but when you're ready, go ahead and complete your meditation. So thank you so much for joining me for day 7 of 21 days of presence. And I hope that this peace follows you and emanates out from you to the people around you as we move through this most potent time of transition on the planet. And thanks for just being here, being at the right place at the right time, which is right now here together, and just being you and breathing and living and making it through all you have to be here. So thanks so much for joining me. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Until then, namaste.